What is going on, Cardano community? Welcome to the channel. As a part of today's video, I want to give you guys a brief update on the development and some proposals that have been approved as a part of the Indigo protocol. Now, if you've never heard of Indigo before, I have a few videos that I'll leave a link to down in the description below that highlight exactly what this platform is. But in summary, it's going to be a synthetics protocol giving users within the Cardano ecosystem price exposure to tokenized assets. Now, on their platform, we currently have access to iUSD, iBTC, and the recently announced and adopted iETH. Again, keep in mind that these are not the actual tokens on Cardano. They are just synthetic versions giving users access to their existing price action. Now, what I want to mention first in this video is going to be the fact that the Indigo DAO has voted to increase the MCR, or minimum collateral ratio, for iUSD, increasing it from 110% up to 120%. So taking a look at the official Indigo Twitter page, it reads, as a part of their latest announcement, the Indigo DAO has approved the proposal to increase the minimum collateral ratio, or MCR for short, for iUSD from 110% to 120%, taking place on January 21st at 1800 UTC. So that was actually about 20 minutes ago. And so if you had an iUSD position with a MCR, or collateral ratio, of 110%, that would have been liquidated about 20 minutes ago. Now, I can confirm that the team did make sure to get this announcement out to the community, and before actually this took effect, there were no loans or no CDPs that were within the 110 to 120% collateral ratio. And so again, in summary, what this means is that you will have to put up a collateral amount of 120% against however much USD or iUSD you're borrowing on the Indigo protocol. Now, as it states here, users that have minted iUSD should evaluate their positions and consider if their current collateral ratio is still appropriate. Again, this has already gone into effect at the time of shooting this video about 20 minutes ago. Now, if you'd like to take a closer look at the existing collateralized debt positions that are open for the iUSD token, you can head over to the official Indigo app, which is on the mainnet. Then go ahead and select this liquidations page. From here, you can filter down for whatever asset you're interested in, and then you can also sort by the collateral ratio. So as we can see here, we have quite a few of the iUSD collateralized debt positions open, with the lowest collateral ratio right now on the platform coming in at 129%. And so if this were to drop below the 120% MCR, that would be eligible for liquidations. Now, what does this mean moving forward? If you guys will recall, the prior MCR was set at 110%. And once you were in the eligible range for liquidation, and if you did get liquidated on the iUSD or the Indigo protocol, 8% of that value, right, from the liquidation would actually go back into the stability pool, with the other remaining 2% going back towards the Indy token stakers. Now that they've bumped the MCR up to 120%, as we can see here from their actual Discord, from Cody Codes, we're going to see that the stability pool delegators or stakers will now get roughly 18%, while the Indigo stakers will now get roughly 2%. Again, that's going to add up to calculate to that 20% difference between the actual value of the iUSD and the collateral that's put up by whoever is actually creating the collateralized debt position. So this is a huge incentive now for people to put their iUSD into the actual stability pools. Now, if I scroll down, there's another member within their Discord whose name is Relent, and they actually posed a very, very good suggestion. And so they basically mentioned, instead of taking the whole 20% and giving that back into the stability pools, with also 2% going back into the Indy stakers, doing a partial liquidation, right? So keeping the same 8% that we would have seen going back into the stability pools back to when the MCR was still 110%, as opposed to increasing the value that we're now giving to the stability pools. And so what this would do is, even if you were to get liquidated on the Indigo protocol with Relent's suggestion, you would actually get a little bit back of your value, right? So you wouldn't be losing the entire 20%. So this is something that I would definitely be up to agreeing with. We'll see if there's an additional proposal that comes out for the community to vote on this as well. But for the time being, with the increase in the MCR, we are going to see a benefit for members providing their iUSD into the stability pools, and the indie stakers will still get the same fixed amount, which is roughly 2%. That is going to wrap it up there for that particular update. The next thing that I do want to mention though is that the Indigo protocol is now looking to have a DEX aggregator directly on their platform. So as you guys can see here, this was a preview that was shared earlier by the Indigo team, and this is a page where we'll be able to swap for tokens directly again within the Indigo protocol. So you'll no longer have to head over to Sunday Swap, Muesli Swap, Wing Riders, or Min Swap to purchase your iAssets. You'll be able to do that in a single location with the added benefit of always getting the cheapest price on the market. So this looks just like any other swap page that we've seen on some of these other DEXs building on Cardano. Most notably looks very similar to MinSwap. At the very top, you have what asset you're trying to sell. And in this example, we have a user trying to use 100 ADA to purchase 31 of the iUSD tokens. Again, keep in mind that a single iUSD token represents $1, and at the price of ADA right now, which is about 30 to 33 cents, this math makes sense. Now we can also see some additional swap parameters. Again, this is pretty commonplace within the crypto space. We've got a swap from, so this is where the actual swap will be occurring from, the exchange rate, the slippage rate associated with this trade, and then the estimated price impact. We can also see the additional DEX fees. So from the Wing Riders DEX, there's an agent fee, an oil fee, and then the estimated amount that we will receive, as well as the minimum token amount that we can receive given our slippage percentage. Looking on the right hand side here, we have a list of all of the DEXs, right, which will be aggregated against. And so from here we have Sunday Swap, Muesli Swap, Wing Riders, and Min Swap, and we can see the token price from each of those different DEXs. Now we can also get a quick access here to our order history, and so you'll be able to see exactly what DEXs you've interacted with and what purchases you've recently made using their DEX aggregator feature. Now, in closing of today's video, I do also want to highlight that as a part of my last video, I did review the last monthly update from the Indigo protocol. And so if you guys are looking to get a much deeper dive into some of the latest percentages, right, in terms of growth and adoption for the Indigo protocol, then I recommend that you check out my latest video, which I'll leave a link to down in the description below. That will bring us to a close for today's video. Again, the iUSD token has had a proposal that has increased the MCR, or the minimum collateral ratio, from 110% to 120%, with the increase when a liquidation happens in terms of that difference, right? That 20% difference, we're going to see 18% of that when a liquidation occurs going back into the stability pool stakers, as well as 2% going to the indie token stakers. We also talked about their preview for their DEX aggregator feature. And then, as I mentioned towards the end of the video, if you guys want to find out more about the monthly updates as it pertains to the month of December of 2022, then make sure to check out my video down in the description below. That's it for today's video. If you guys found this to be helpful, please make sure to tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for myself, then please make sure to leave a comment down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys in the next video.